You're now ready to start putting up walls and furnishings inside your library. So I want to give you a couple tips that is going to speed up this process for you by a lot. So probably one of the first things you want to do is get rid of these existing doors. It's not likely you're going to use these or the text. So I'm just going to delete all of those right up front. And one of the things I want to show you, there were a lot of you that in your designs, you had the bathrooms from the ground floor and the upper floor right over each other. So there's a really quick way that we can do both of them at one time. And I want to show you that. You might be able to use this strategy for other areas as well. If you click on your wall, and we're going to choose the basic wall interior 3 1/8 inch. And I'm going to set the base constraint to ground floor and the top constraint to upper roof framing. That way it's going to draw this wall from the ground floor all the way up through the upper floor. And let me just connect it with this column. So we're going to make this, and it's okay. It says it's overlapping that one. That's going to be fine. I'm going to make it about 5 feet wide. And down to here, that's a decent size for this bathroom. Hit the escape key to finish that. Now, if I look at the second floor, you can see it's also drawn here because I had it go through both floors. So use that if you want. That might be a helpful tool for you. Now, if we want to place the components, I'm going to show you how you can copy and paste components very easily throughout your library. So I'm going to load up a toilet really quick. That's going to be in plumbing, architectural, fixtures, and then a toilet is a water closet. You probably remember from first term. We're going to choose a commercial wall 3D. So pick that one. These have to attach to a wall, just like those bathtubs. So I'm going to stick this over here on this back wall. And then I'm going to place a sink. So let me load that family. That's also in plumbing, architectural, fixtures, and sinks. And I'm going to place a vanity. Vanity means bathroom. So I'm going to place a bathroom square sink. And I'm just going to attach this to the wall right over here. You can see that it's facing the wrong way. Space bar is a quick rotate. So I'm going to put that right over here. And then I'd have the door somewhere on this wall. I'm not going to place the door right now. So now I'm going to show you how to copy and paste these into the upstairs bathroom. So I'm going to click on the sink and then control click to choose the toilet. So that will select both of them. You see when I hit control, that plus appears. Then I'm going to hit control C to copy. Now let me go to the second floor and I'm going to hit control V to paste. And you can see it sort of wants them to be in this exact location here because that's really the only place that they can fit because they have to attach to a wall. So you got to be a little careful. You got to make sure that you move it until you see that little pink square, and then that will kind of lock them into the same place that they were on the ground floor. So I click that, and now it's pasted them there. So that way I don't have to research for the toilet and research for the sink. So if you've made bathrooms that are exactly the same, you can control click to copy and select all those items and then paste them throughout. If you have issues, if it doesn't want to connect or errors pop up, of course, you can always reselect them in the architecture component and just re-put them in there. But that's just one thing that might save you a little bit of time. It's just copying and pasting elements. If you have many desks or chairs and things like that. Now, the next thing I want to show you is how you group items. So this is also relevant to copying and pasting. You can group items to make things go even faster. So one thing you're going to have to do is put a whole lot of bookcases in here. The bookcase is not preloaded. So in order to access the bookcase, you have to go into Schoology. And lesson 2 of unit 7 is the final Revit lessons. This is where you had the folder with tons of objects like the elevator. So when we open this folder up, you're going to see in here the bookshelf, highly adjustable. So you'll have to right click that, make a copy. You might choose to make a copy of some other things here. I have a desk with a computer on it. I have a conference table with chairs. I have some other vanities, which are the bathroom sinks, computer desks, and then a circulation desk. So some of these things might be helpful and useful to you as you're working on these. Once you've made a copy into your drive, then you can click on architecture, component, and you can load that family. And then you're going to have to go into your Google Drive. And I'm on File Stream right now. Yours might be on File Stream or Google Drive. Depends if you're in the classroom or if you're at home. And then you're just going to have to locate it. Where did you save it? So mine is saved into this library projects folder. And there it is, bookshelf, highly adjustable. So it may have to update. Once you update it once, then you'll just be able to copy and paste it throughout. Now we can place it in here. You can see the books are slammed against the right-hand side, so the viewer is actually looking at it from this side on the left here. So I'm going to just place one of them. And if you do them one at a time, it's going to take you hours to populate this whole library. But I'm going to show you a shortcut. So we're going to click this, and I'm going to hit Control-C to copy, Control-V to paste. Now, this bookcase, I can't remember how long it was. I think it was 3 feet. So I'm going to paste this 3 feet away. Aha! It's exactly lined up next to this. So if you paste it exactly 3 feet away, then it's perfectly lined up. If you didn't get it quite exactly, remember you can use the Align tool, and you can align these bookcases, and then you can align the back edges as well, and it will snap into place. So I like these two here. So I'm going to click and drag to select these. I'm going to Control-C to copy, Control-V to paste them, and I'm just going to paste them over here. Now I want to rotate these so I have books on both sides of this. So I can see them from this side, and then I walk around to the next aisle, and the same here. So I have to rotate them 180 degrees. You can click anywhere and just type 180, and it will reverse them. So now I need to place these back here. Clicking and dragging is not probably going to be the safest way. So I'm going to use the Align tool, and I want to align this edge. And it looks like the top edge is aligned also. So now I have these 4 bookcases. Well, you could just click and drag and copy and paste these, but it sometimes helps to create a group. So I would actually recommend you do this. I'm going to create a group, and I'm going to call this 4 bookcases. And hit OK. Now I have a chunk of 4. So anytime I click on here, it will select all of them at once, and I can move them. So I can copy, Control-C to copy, Control-V to paste, and I can paste this. Remember, they're 3 feet each, so if I paste it exactly 6 feet away, it should line up perfectly. So now I have a set of 8 bookcases together. You could even group this if you want, but I can copy and paste this, and I can now very easily make some aisles of bookcases. Now, you might want to be careful about the spacing. I just kind of pasted them randomly. So let's check to see how far these are apart. It's set to 2 feet 9 inches. I would not go any less than 3 feet apart. So I'm going to want to move this over a little bit. I just hit the right arrow key a couple times, and you can adjust these by going to Annotate and clicking Aligned, and we can just measure, well, how far apart are these things? Well, I got lucky. It's exactly 3 feet. But at this point, you could take these and you can use the arrow keys and you can set them the exact distance that you want. Well, I could get rid of this one, and I can copy and paste these since they're 3 feet apart, and I can move them over here. But you can see it only picked these 2 because I haven't made a bigger group. So you might benefit from making really large groups and then just copying and pasting this. This is 8 books throughout your entire library. And that's going to make this go a whole lot easier. Now, you can do the same thing with your desks and computers and all of those things. So once you have a group that you like, you can copy and paste that, and it can speed up the process of populating this really, really large space. So group tables together, group chairs together, group computer desks together, and that's going to make this whole process go a lot easier as you copy and paste them. And even as you rotate these, if I want to make them face another orientation, it's very, very easy to do. So I hope that helps you in speeding up your process for populating your library and getting all those items in there. Let me know if you have any questions.